Hey guys, this is DJ Marx on another INDAMIX, and on today's show, I'm interviewing rap artist Dandz. So let's get it. Alright guys, like I was saying, I'm here with the man himself, Dandz, in the studio. We're gonna get in with him, man. Bro, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Man, it's nice to have you up here, man. How you feel coming up to nice sunny Birmingham?
I don't know about sunny, it was raining today. But you know what, it's a good city, not quite London.
Yeah. You know what, I find it's a bit... See, I'm from London as well, you know what I'm saying? So I only come up here to studio and stuff like that. So when I come up here, I always feel like I'm somewhere foreign, man. It's just, it's a different vibe, you know what I'm saying?
It's so different. Like the trams, I'm thinking, like, am I even in England?
Oh, trust me, it's just completely different, man. But like I said, it's good to have you up here, man. And like I said, you're here, you got you nominated for the StepFWD Music Awards with your track Get It with Oscar. Yeah. Congrats on that, man. How did you feel about getting that?
I appreciate that. You know what? I didn't really expect. I thought, wow, okay, fair enough. I was looking through, and then I just saw my name. I think someone tagged me, and I was like, okay. So yeah, no, very proud to be fair.
No, it's good, man. I mean, the track itself featured on your was it Twists and Turns EP?
Yeah, Twists and Turns.
So you know, if of all the tracks that you've got that were on that EP, did you expect it would be that one that might have gone up for there?
You know what? Yes and no, because I think that there are many people who came to me and said, oh, yeah, they really like that track. But for me, it wasn't necessarily like my favorite track. I definitely up there, maybe top 3. But I was like, okay, fair enough. I can see why people would appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we're going to get into a bit more about your music in a bit. But I want to find out a little bit more about you as, you know, as an artist and all that kind of thing. So obviously you're doing this rap thing, man. How long have you been doing it for?
Yeah, so I'll say that I started really rapping in 2013.
Okay.
So in the context of church,
yeah.
Obviously I used to listen to rap music growing up before I was saved, and then just started rapping because we used it as an evangelistic tool. And then people were like, no, hold on, like, what, you're rapping? I'm like, okay, fair enough. And people said, no, you got to record. And I kind of prolonged it, delayed it. And then after a while I said, yeah, let me record. I release music. And then people listen to it, people messaging you. Next thing you know, snowball effect, you just release more. And you know.
Am I right in saying that your first public release was your Classics album?
It's funny because yes and no, because some of the tracks there are from like SoundCloud, but there's some that were singles.
Yeah.
So some of the songs were like my first releases, but no, because I kind of just amalgamated 2 like different albums and singles together.
So you mean that they were releases like in terms of on SoundCloud, or did you actually release them on?
No, they were on SoundCloud. So I just wanted to get them on all digital platforms.
Okay, I was thinking that because I went in Spotify to check. Okay, let's see what this guy's discography is, and I saw the Classics one on there. I thought, okay, if he released an album for his first thing, that's different because usually people drop a couple of singles, but I thought maybe man just jumped straight in there and got it done, man. But okay, so in terms of that Classics album, then we're looking at that particular project. Obviously, you said you released the songs before that and stuff like that. What was the decision in terms of the choices that you made for that particular album? What went into that? You know, obviously you had released those songs on SoundCloud. You had people talking about it and stuff like that. So how did you come to those particular ones for that project?
It's funny because I didn't even want to release it. It wasn't in my mind. When I was speaking to like Ruben, Oscar, and I was with a couple other people, even like Rev J. And they're like, nah, like some of these songs, they remember when they were, like, remember Reggie was like, when I was in school, I used to listen to them. And I was thinking, wow, like this, of course, it's years ago. And I was like, no, you need to get them on Spotify, you need to get them. So I was actually just thinking to myself, okay, cool, what songs have people that mentioned to me? And I thought, let me just put them together, some of the ones that have probably the highest streams. And yeah, I just done it, so. Yeah.
So when we look back at when you started, because you said about 2013.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first performance?
I do remember my first performance.
Tell us about that. How did that go?
It was so funny because like my stage presence wasn't there. I remember watching the video and I was thinking, I looked nervous, but the crowd were engaged. And it was like, I'm talking about even the way I wrote the song, no chorus, like it was just straight bars. It's just like, obviously after a while you polish up and you structure your songs properly.
I mean, it's good to hear you saying that because obviously since then you've come a long way in terms of your writing and your music. One of the things that I always love to do is like encourage young'uns in terms of what they're doing. So if you was to like give a word to the young'uns now in terms of like they say, you know, I want to get into the music, I want to become a rapper or whatever it is, what would you say to them in terms of how to get into that and even how to go about starting writing their own songs?
I'll say first and foremost, because you need to know what you're writing about. I think that's like the most important thing, because you don't want to just start writing things that are not even true to yourself. And I think that integrity, I guess that congruence is just very key. And I think for me, it's always been, okay, cool, what am I actually living? What stage of life am I in now? And what's God teaching me? What are, I guess, the people around me, what they're experiencing? And I think that's number one. I think number two, you just have to start, because in our minds, we want to start from the top, and that's just not reality. You got to start your first single, may not be the best, but you work on it and you get feedback and you really take in what people say. I guess once you find your style, you find your niche, onwards and uppers from there.
So was there any artist during the period when you first started that really kind of inspired you in terms of your journey as a rapper?
Yeah, no, 100%. I say even before I started rapping, like when I first got saved, there's only like Lecrae and all these American guys, and I thought, I can't really relate that much. Of course, it's good. And then I remember when I heard like Hope Dealers at the beginning, when like it was just means, and obviously you hear Governor, of course. And then as time goes on, you're just seeing more and more people. I remember a video from Elijah back in the day on like Black Box. And I thought, like this guy's rapping in ways that I understand. And then just little by little, then I just started to release, and more people start coming, and then just getting shared inspiration. So,
I definitely get what you're saying. I mean, again, obviously I listened to some of the crazy stuff back in the day as well, but I think there's two things I'd say on that. Is when you see you're in London, sometimes you can't get that connect in terms of how these guys are. And I don't know, I felt like when I started hearing, like you said, you mentioned man like Elijah, and there's some of the other guys as well, there was a kind of rawness and a realness to the tracks in comparison to where listening to the other guys, which I found was a bit more commercial. You know what I'm saying? So I could definitely like understand, where you're going with that, man. I want to talk about your twist and turns, because we mentioned it was it was where the track that got nominated came off for your StepFWD Awards. Tell us about that project. What went into that project. Give us a little.
100%. So I'll say that's kind of like a continuation from my first project, which was Power Moves, and that was just, okay, cool, stepping into this. And then Twist and Turns was like, okay, cool, even though initially I may want to step into power, I'm there, I'm bored, I have faith, but on the journey there's twists and turns. It's not what you expect. And I think the whole project was just about, okay, cool, even now I've been safe for longer, a bit more mature. What are some of the things I'm experiencing now that I didn't anticipate before? And I just spoke about even things such as offense, things such as missed expectations. And even in that, you still have to get it, and you still have to be focused, you still have to have that drive and be committed, and God will keep you, but it's not what you think it is, man. There's
definitely not, man. Like you said, a lot of twists and turns along the way, definitely. I want to give you guys a chance to hear the track that got nominated for the StepFWD Award. This is Get It, featuring Oscar. Trust me, it's a big show. I'm not even going to play all of it, because I want you guys to download it, stream it, all that kind of stuff. I want to give you about a minute of it just to get a vibe still. So here we go. This is Dandz track Get It, featuring Oscar. This is the vibe still. I can't even lie now, bro. It's a vibe.
The beat is crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I heard the intro the first time and I was like, okay, let's see what's going to come in. When the beat drops, it's just different. I think Oscar was the one though. He made the track. Definitely right selection there, boy.
Yeah. Chorus.
The devil's capping like Bobby, so I don't really get it. But he'll figure like
it's that bass, man. It just kills you.
Man, they really need a medic. You get it. The crop town don't end it. Without Christ, no exit. The devil's capping like Bobby, so I don't really get it. But he'll figure like Tommy, and then I'm really gonna get it. Man, they really need a medic. You get it. The crop town don't end it. Without Christ, no exit.
Devil is a liar, capping is a way of life to him. Devil's trying to get the flock, so I gotta bring a fire.
I love your flow, man. It's just deep, you know what I'm saying?
Keep the saints, never let them go. Everything that we believe's not in your word, please let us know. Hey, God is trying to bring me up. Satan's trying to bring me way down. Trying to fill me up with fear.
Fine, man.
But I'm stepping out in faith. When God is on my side, everything trying to block, I'll take.
Yeah, that's enough for you guys. You need to go stream that piece, man. You need to go stream that piece still. Well, got some questions I want to ask you as well here, yeah. So obviously you've been on the scene for a while and stuff. You've experienced different things, you've met different artists. Is there anything on the scene now that if you think to yourself, I would love to see this on the scene, or I think the scene can improve in this way, what would you say?
I think it's funny because me and a couple guys were speaking about it, like Canola, Rev J, GS, Luke November, AS, and we were like, okay, cool. In terms of the content of our music, looking back in like 10, 15 years, we're not gonna do this forever. Like, we want to have a discography where it's okay, we're proud to have. And not only that, the content is still relevant in the next 20 years. And I think that's what I guess I want the scene to mature to, where, okay, cool, we're rapping, it's good, you got the vibes, you got the beats, you got the music that will keep people jumped up, but that quality that even in 10, 15 years,
Yeah.
people will be like, okay, cool, that's helped me in this area, helped me in that area.
Yeah.
And it's timeless. And I think that's definitely what we're getting to. We're maturing, even like our own sound, not just always borrowing like what the world does, but our own wave. And it's like, nah, this is a new genre. I've never heard it. It's collaboration.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
So, you mentioning, you was mentioning about not doing what the world does. Obviously, we're talking here about gospel rap and drill and all these kind of stuff. Do you think we're now at a place where we can say we can take these tracks and have the same kind of effect on young people which are not Christians as the tracks that they listen to?
I think we can, because the quality is there. And like there's friends I have that are, not Christians or even early Christians, and they're shocked at the quality.
Yeah.
But they just haven't heard it. And I think it's more so when you get out to them, it's like, nah, like you got the flows on point, the beats on point. But all you're saying to me is making me think. And when I've heard that obviously a few times, it's like, okay, cool, we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
I think when we get that exposure, it's gonna have that impact.
So is there anything that we need to be doing to increase the exposure then of our scene? I don't know if it's a case of artists moving more into the mainstream or whatever it is. Is there anything that we could be doing to say, yeah, we need to really kind of get this out here?
Yeah, I think there's a few things. Of course, definitely trying to get into the mainstream, but also just even establishing a presence, because I don't think people even know that gospel rap exists.
Yeah.
And even when we get into the scene, sometimes we get drowned out by all this other music.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
when it's, the point where it's like, okay, cool, this artist is big and he's a Christian, but it's like, okay, cool, he's big, number one. Like, the flows are just there, people are enjoying the music, and, because there's even conscious rap in the world. Like, you see Kanye West, he's doing music that, has some elements of Christianity. So it's not like it's not there, but I think once they know and it's quality, I think people will definitely gravitate to it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think so as well. I mean, compared to, I saw a lot of the stuff from like when the scene was kind of in its very birth stages compared to where it is now. And yet, like, seriously, guys like you, Canola, JL and all these guys, man, doing some big stuff, man, definitely. So I think definitely, I agree with you. I think the scene is definitely at a place that's really good and can do some major impact. In terms of all your music then, what song would you say you enjoy doing the most? Or is your favorite?
Because it's so funny, because like, it's just, what can I say? There's every single song has like a special piece in my heart. Because I remember when I wrote it. Things I write a lot of my songs based on where I'm at life.
Yeah.
So I'll say Fall and Rise just because it's number one to my most streamed. But in general, like, I remember writing that just thinking, like, I want music that's not just entertaining but it's real. And I thought, okay, cool. I'm always talking about I'm up, I'm praying, I'm doing this. I'm active, I'm seeing success, but it's not true. It's not true. Sometimes I'm falling, but it's all about the journey. You fall and you rise, and God will keep you through it. So I think that one there is trying to make sure the message is still relevant and the song is still, then of course it seemed like it's successful.
So is that, if you was to be given a stage where you say, okay, let's say you was to given an opportunity to open a stage just before, I don't know, Jay-Z or one of the man came on the set, and you thought, this is my opportunity to minister one of my songs. Is that going to be the one you choose?
I don't, because if you add Jay-Z, I'm going to try to do some evangelistic stuff.
Yeah.
But if not, like, if I could do two, that would definitely be one of them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are there any artists that you haven't had the opportunity to work with yet that you would think to yourself, I would love to get on a project with them?
Nah, for sure. I think guys like even D Witness, Still Shady, like just very cold guys. And it's funny because I've got guys that I probably haven't previously worked with in my new project that I'm working with. So it's I wouldn't mention them because I'm already working with them now, but like definitely those two. And I'm sure there's more people that come to mind. And but it's just, there's so many people, and I think that's the difficulty. Like even choosing one or two, I mean, people are like, oh, you didn't mention me. Trust me, man, I'm thinking of you. Man. I think in the future, I'm definitely going to try and work together.
One of the things I like to do when people come on here, I always try to have a little game with them.
Okay.
And basically what this one is I'm going to just tell you like a few words or a few lines from one of your songs, and you got to try and remember which song it's from.
Okay.
Yeah?
Let's see.
So the first one is, I Just Sowed a Seed.
I just saw the seed.
It's one of them ones.
I'm sure because I've mentioned a few songs. That's difficult. I just saw the seed. I think I know the song as well. I just saw the seed, and I'm sure that is it Twist and Turns?
It is Twist and Turns.
Yes, I'm so gassed. I was thinking it, but I was like, I don't want to get it wrong, but that's good.
All right, the next one for you then is Got to Go Hard When I Face My Rival.
Militant.
Yeah, that's Militant. Yeah. He's got that one. He's got it. But I pray to the Father, like, give me some wisdom.
Give me some wisdom. I'm
The
struggling
joke
with
thing
this
is you could hear it, you probably hear it in your head,
I
isn't it?
know, but it's like, what's the song called? I don't know. What is it?
Speak up.
Oh, no, wait. Because I was literally singing it in the same format. Yeah, fair enough.
All right, the last one for you then. Got my degree, like, can you imagine?
Oh, I know this one. This is definitely filled.
That's not filled.
It's not filled?
No.
What? Like, can you imagine? I said mentioned degree in field. Oh, okay. It's not filled.
No. I know where you're talking about though, but it's not that particular line, no.
I don't know. What is it?
Power moves. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
It's hard to keep up with all your songs though, especially when you're writing all the time and you drops like albums, EPs, so man's got pure songs and even ones that you haven't even put on Spotify yet, I'm assuming. So
definitely.
There you go, man. So what's next for you then in terms of your music, like any events coming up and stuff?
Nah, you know what? So I got a project coming up.
Okay.
It's gonna be a 5-track project. I'm gonna have some heavy hitters on there. God willing, Raptist, Rev J, Canola, even my friend KS.
Yeah.
So like it's looking, it's good. It's almost finished. Just waiting for a few features to send through, and it's coming out. God willing, if not December, January.
All right, cool.
It's gonna be called Time to Endure, and during season, I'm still working on the name, but it's all about perseverance.
Are we gonna see any like music videos to that maybe?
You know what? Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah,
I've been thinking about it, and potentially.
Okay.
Let's say potentially.
Not gonna give away too much just yet, but
a little bit of mystery.
So, obviously, we've been talking today about your music and stuff like that. If there's people that want to follow you and stuff like that, where can they find you on your socials and other things like that?
Yeah, for sure. So I'll say Instagram, Dandz.at, DANDZ.at, and anything else, literally just put Dandz. The name's quite unique, so I'm sure other people won't even come up. So put Dandz, DANDZ. You'll get me on all digital platforms.
Guys, you heard that stare. Make sure you're following him on his social media platforms. And definitely, like I said, his song has been nominated for a StepFWD Music Award Song of the Year in the rap category. So if you want to vote for Dandz, head over to stepforwards.com, cast your vote. I'm sure he would love to see his name come up there. So make sure you go to there and cast that vote. Bro, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Now, this is dangerous, because I know you know bare man, and if you don't shout them out.
This is so dangerous, you know. Because in my head, there's a list of category people. But I just want to shout out, my man them, man. You know who you are.
Yeah,
shout out my man them.
Safest way, isn't it?
Literally, man. The people who I love and care about, you know who you are, man. I appreciate you, man. Keep me.
Man, keep it safe and that.
Risky business.
Well, we appreciate you coming in for the interview today, man. Definitely, we want to be looking forward to the new project coming up. So, blessings for that, man.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
And guys, this has been Marx on another INDAMIX here on Affinity Extra. Keep it safe.
Visit us for updates and shows at affinityextra.co.uk.